Let's say you see an artist on the street and you don't like their art. And you feel a really strong urge to tell someone for some reason. So who are you gonna tell? Your friend? The artist? Or maybe you just want to scream it out so everyone in the street can hear it. Everyone. How is the artist gonna feel? Because that's exactly how I felt getting some comments I've never gotten before. And yes, before you say, that's just something you have to deal with if you're on the internet. I'm aware of that. Because we're just really used to that stuff and it's seen as really normal on the internet. It happens to everyone. So why am I making this video? I've posted a video a while ago. It was an animation of Genshin Impact. I received a lot of comments, including some jokes. I would not see them as jokes, but rather as insults, but I think most people don't even realize that they're insulting the artist. When I was still not a content creator myself, I consumed media just like everyone else. I watched YouTube videos, I was on Instagram, all of that stuff, you know? And of course you get to see people hating on each other and people making fun of stuff. It's just really common on the internet and it's not really something new. But when you actually start to create content, it's a bit different. I didn't have a lot of reach at first, as everyone does, and I just posted videos. I got 5 comments a video saying that's pretty, and they all were just compliments. I'm not complaining about that, by the way. I love to read compliments, they're nice. I've never received many hate comments or any hate comments at all, actually. Only a few here and there, like, I don't give a shit. Although I think that doesn't really count as a hate comment. It was just funny to me. But when you start to realize that not everyone likes your stuff. I recently posted shorts on YouTube and I got dislikes and I'm not used to getting dislikes. And at first I was like, oh god, but I'm used to it now and I think it's great to have some dislikes. It would be very strange if everyone liked it. And you know, that's okay. People cannot like my stuff. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, like I said, I recently posted a Genshin animation. I posted 3 actually. And the second one features a lot of characters. And yeah, I have some kind of problem with drawing the same face over and over again. But that's not the issue. So you know, Paimon, the mascot of the game, has really big anime eyes. Because the game is in an anime style. Though that doesn't mean that every fan art has to be in anime style. I have a semi-realistic style. Many people had some kind of problem with that, because in my style, the eyes aren't as big as in the Genshin style. I tried to portray Paimon as more like childlike, and I think she looks a bit too old. I have to admit that. I also got a lot of constructive criticism on there, so you don't have to give me advice in the comments, it's alright. I've got a lot of these comments already. But where it's really starting to get weird is when people start to joke about my style. Because that's just something I've never experienced before. And I was kind of shocked. People were not telling me, you know, you should do that better. Or you should adjust that and it'll look better. No. There were a few people who just wrote, Paimon looks creepy and Paimon looks like she would haunt me in my dreams. And yes, these comments are actually kind of funny, you know? But they were not so funny to me actually. This took me 2 weeks to make. And even though the majority of comments were compliments, these few comments, I got like 30 of them, really threw me off for a few days. Because I realized that they were talking about my art. What I created looked creepy to them and looked strange and ugly. And that made me really sad and kind of discouraged me from drawing. Also, many of them wrote no offense. I don't know how to see this as something else. But you know, that just shows how unaware most people are that there's someone behind this. There's someone who created this and they actually read your comments and they have feelings. Content creators actually have feelings, who would have guessed? Sorry. In my last video I said that the best option is to ignore these kind of comments. And I did ignore most of them, which in theory is the best option. But that night I was not able to sleep. At around 3 a.m. I posted another video addressing this issue because I was just really sad and angry about like 23 comments. It's funny, right? At the moment, I'm kind of getting used to it because that's just something you have to accept if you're a content creator. I just wanted to address how ridiculous it actually is because I didn't realize as well before I started making content. Some people were telling me, it's not that bad, most of the comments are positive and you're making a whole video about it. First of all, I was very emotional at that point. When it's your first time receiving comments like that, it's way worse than you'd actually expect. And what's even worse than that, you find a lot of these comments under videos of artists who are just getting started. At that point, they don't even want to continue doing art. That's just sad. They're just getting started. Of course their art looks like from a beginner. Also, I'm not that kind of person who just tells people that I don't like their stuff. And of course, not everyone is like that, whether on the internet or in real life. And I'm not telling people to stop writing jokes or anything, you know? But maybe some will start to think twice before they comment something. Because most of them didn't even realize that it was actually kind of not nice. When they realized that I was actually reading their comments, many of them apologized. That just shows how the stuff they write actually affects people on the internet. What are you expecting? We're just normal people. We're not all professional artists. And you're getting to see this stuff for free. Like, think about that. Also, there's a lot of kids on there that aren't actually allowed to use TikTok yet. I kind of realized that when I saw a comment saying, they all look so ugly and scary. Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. I think that speaks for itself. In the end, that's just something you have to deal with. The majority of people are nice, so I think me and many other content creators kind of have to learn to focus on that and constructive criticism rather than people that are pointlessly hating. Yeah. By the way, hi to all my new followers. I have like 2,000 subscribers right now. I didn't expect that. And although most of them are here for the Genshin animations that I posted in shorts, I will continue to make these kind of videos because it's fun and I like to talk about things and a few hundred of you are watching them. And of course I'm gonna continue doing animations. So thank you so much and see you soon.